Boss fights used to be the best part of a game, the moment that everything came together. Now, a lot of them just feel kind of empty. Modern game bosses look cool, yes, but they don't hit the same like they used to. They don't feel like a real challenge anymore. In this video, I'll be breaking down what changed, why boss fights don't feel special anymore, and by the end, I'll show you my list of bosses that you need to experience. Let's start off with boss fights feeling earned. You'd spend hours learning the game, grabbing loot, and then you'd hit a boss that tested everything that you've picked up so far. The music would change, and suddenly it felt like you want a fight that actually challenged you. Bosses like this felt intense and also rewarding. It felt like the game actually respected your effort. With a lot of modern games now, bosses feel like they've lost their spark. You walk into a cinematic fight, dodge a few flashy moves, and mash the buttons until the health bar disappears. Bosses like these aren't just dog shit, but also forgettable. You know, there's no build up and there's no learning curve. Sometimes the game even makes you feel retarded, as you're just sat there watching a cutscene and every few seconds prompting you to press X or hold R2. This feels like it's letting you participate just enough to feel involved, but not enough to feel as if you're actually playing. This didn't just start happening out of nowhere though, it's the result of how game design has shifted over the years. More and more games are built around being more approachable, which is great because not everyone wants to be stuck on the same boss for 3 hours like I do, but somewhere along the way, the challenges got flattened out, maybe a little bit too much. Checkpoints are everywhere, you can heal constantly, and instead of learning patterns or using the game's mechanics, you're often just button mashing. Boss fights have turned into easy cash grabs, as they look amazing, they sound epic, but there's barely anything for the player to actually do. They've started focusing more on how the fight looks rather than how it plays, and when that happens, it stops feeling interactive and starts feeling like a fancy cutscene you occasionally tap through. Now, onto S.O.S.S, which, yes, I did just make up, which stands for Style Over Substance Syndrome. And what I mean by that is how flashy games look these days, and how numb that flash has made us feel. When everything is trying to be the next big cinematic moment, nothing feels like it matters anymore. And the hard truth is that bosses aren't special when they're drowned out by constant visuals. You see, what makes a great boss fight isn't how flashy it looks. It's the moment that you sit up in your chair and realize, shit, I should probably start trying. Let's talk about the boss fights that still work. Ones that don't need to be brutally hard or unforgiving. Instead, they need to feel earned when you do win, not like the game just handed it to you. Sometimes it's the mechanics. Other times it's the story leading up to the fight, or the build up, everything working together to make the moment hit harder. The best ones fight you on your patience, your reactions, and your willingness to adapt. Elden Ring was actually my first Souls game, and when I got up to Margit, I was stuck on him for hours. I legit considered quitting and uninstalling the game. But then I saw gameplay of other bosses later in the game, and it kept me going. I stuck with it, and I'm glad I did, because I would have missed out on so many incredible boss fights. When I reached the Fire Giant, my mate Ollie tried the game himself. He gave Margit 5 attempts and tapped out. And I get it, you know, some games just aren't for everyone. But I can't help feeling a bit disappointed when someone gives up early, because they're missing out on some of the most satisfying moments a game can offer. That feeling you get when you finally take down a boss that's been manhandling you for hours. It's rewarding, it's satisfying, and it sticks with you. It's the kind of payoff that makes all the frustration worth it. So, if most boss fights these days feel hollow, then which ones don't? Here's 7 fights that still capture what a great boss is all about. Fights that are worth your time and your frustration. Quick disclaimer, this list isn't ranked and is definitely not biased. At number 7 we have Artorias from Dark Souls. This fight is all about sword combat, no distractions and no gimmicks. Just a fast-paced, aggressive fight where he never lets up and every dodge or hit feels earned. It's one of the most intense 1v1s in the series. At number 6, we have Grim from Hollow Knight. Grim feels like a dance. He moves fast, hits hard, and punishes you if you mess up. But it never feels cheap. His patterns are tricky but also fair. And once you learn the rhythm, it becomes super satisfying when you finally beat him. At number 5, we have the Devil from Cuphead. A perfect final boss for a game like Cuphead. He throws everything at you, crazy attacks, wild visuals, and constant pressure. It's a test of everything that you've learned so far, and winning feels very rewarding. At number 4, we have Gnar from God of War Ragnarok. She's one of the hardest boss fights in the game, and she never gives you a break. You can't just spam attacks, you have to time your blocks, dodges, and switch weapons. At number 3 we have Chef Saltbaker from Cuphead, the delicious last course. Even though I haven't fought it myself, this fight is chaos in the best way. From the gameplay that I've seen, there is tons of projectiles, fast pacing, and barely any safe spots, and I am looking very forward to fighting him. At number 2 we have Ishin, the Sword Saint from Sekiro. This fight feels like a final exam. Every phase adds something new, and the game makes sure every death is your fault. But once you win, it feels like you earned it. Easily one of the best final bosses ever made. And last but not least, we have Matt from Wii Sports. I mean, Melania from Elden Ring. As she's the most talked about boss in the whole game, she heals when she hits you. Her second phase is insane and it takes serious skill to win, but she's not unbeatable, and that's why she sticks with people. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed my little rant. Comment down below what boss gave you the hardest time, or don't, that's okay too. And yeah, peace.